Hey, it's Berta J. Come on into my kitchen with me today to make some energy bites. And they're going to have some protein in them and some other delicious stuff. So let's get started. The first thing is find a bowl and put in 1 whole cup of rolled oats. Then you're going to use 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. Now flaxseed is really good for you. It has heart protecting omega-3. It has cholesterol lowering soluble fiber. It has cancer fighting lignans. As a matter of fact, I learned that the lignans in ground flaxseed is higher than in any other plant. So you start taking, if you have a problem with cancer, that's one of the things you probably should take. And the last thing, it also aids in blood pressure, lowering blood pressure. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit about each one, but the thing I want you to remember is that I'm only giving you 3 or 4 of the really good benefits from each one of these seeds, but there are so many more. If I had given you all of them, we'd be here for another 5 minutes, okay? Then I'm going to give you 2 tablespoons of each one of these seeds, and this is hemp seed. Many of you may already know about hemp seed. It is very good for joint pain and arthritis. It's also good for fiber, and it's a natural appetite suppressant. Again, many more things, but those are the 3. Chia seeds, these are really cool. I like them. They're perfectly round, little tiny little seeds. You're going to do 2 tablespoons of those as well. Chia seeds are good, again, for omega-3s, though flaxseed has more. It does have omega-3 as well. And also the soluble fiber, and it's rich in antioxidants, iron, and as well as calcium. Okay, so those are the first 4 ingredients. The next one is a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and I did 12 scrapes of nutmeg, and I just put it in here. So it'd be easy. When I say scrapes, I have a nutmeg container. You just rub a nutmeg just across the grate 12 times. You don't need a 1/4 teaspoon, a 1/2 teaspoon. You just need a little bit, because it works well together with cinnamon. So I just did 12 scrapes of this, okay? And then put in a pinch of salt. I use Himalayan salt. The salt in this is not used to make it salty. It's just used to bring the flavors all together. Salt does that. And you don't need a whole lot of it in order to make that happen. Also, the next thing is you need 3 tablespoons of your favorite dried fruit. Now, I'm using dried cranberries. I cut them up because I like bite size, and we're going to make balls out of it. So it's just easier than a big fat dried raisin, okay? So put in a tablespoon of that. I also used a tablespoon of raisins, cut those up as well. And I used a tablespoon of dried apricots. Now, I want to show you something before I put these in. Apricots that are dried, they have not been sprayed or treated with sulfur dioxide. They're dark like this. But if they have been, you will notice in the grocery store that they are going to be about this color or lighter. They can even be lighter than this. It's almost like you've seen them, light orange. The lighter and oranger, more yellow orange they are, they've been treated with this chemical called sulfur dioxide. These were not. I usually get the ones that are not treated with that. So I did a tablespoon of that. So altogether in the 3, you just get 3 tablespoons of dried fruit. The next thing is just to stir all this dry stuff up. Then we're going to come over to the stove. I want to turn this down really low. What I'm going to mix together is 1/3 cup of butter, of nut butter. I felt it was easier if these butters were softer. I'm going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. You need 2 tablespoons of sweetener. I really like the sweetness of xylitol, so I'm using a tablespoon of that, and it will turn into a liquid in here, and a tablespoon of maple syrup, and 2 tablespoons of water. And then you're going to just stir it until it mixes up. It doesn't have to bubble. You're just trying to heat it up. Make sure you turn the pan off. It only needs to stay on to warm, because you're not trying to cook this. You're just trying to make it warm so that the nut butters will melt and you can get a nice smooth consistency with all those other liquids. With the water, this is what it'll look like. So now you're going to put this liquid into your set aside oat mixture, and you're going to get out everything you can. So now you're just going to stir until that liquid mixture gets incorporated into your dry mixture. Now this is kind of wet, but that's okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take a tablespoon, measure, and just form them, squeeze it. Your hands are going to get messy, but squeeze it into balls. Okay, so I finished with all of my rolling of the energy bites. I want to tell you that you should keep a little bowl of water nearby, because if your hands are clean and wet, you're going to be able to roll them better than if your hands were like sticky and full of remnant of the last ball you rolled. So scrape off all of the remnants onto the side of the bowl or somewhere, and then get clean hands and then roll again, and you'll find out it'll be easier. Squeeze and then push it together and make these. These are soft. What I do is you can either refrigerate them, but you guys have learned that I like things hard, so I throw them in the freezer. And these are frozen energy bites. Okay, so I'm going to taste it now. I already know it's good. Very good. Sweet. I like that crunch of the chia seed. If you find out you don't like chia seeds when you look at them, then don't put them in. But I like that little crunch of it. It's very good. That maple, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg and vanilla. They're really, really, really good. And so until next time, you know what to say. You could probably say it with me. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that every time a new video is uploaded, you will get the notification. Okay, so until next time, bye for now.